guys, it's Emily. Welcome back to my channel. I want to apologize for it being so long since I've, well, A, done a video at all, and B, most importantly, it has been way too long since I started, introduced the Cinch journal series, and then I just kind of left you hanging, and I'm really sorry about that. I had said recently that one of the reasons was I was waiting for these to come in, and they are here now, but I also had some health stuff going on, and I was not able to do much of anything. So filming was definitely not going to happen, but I'm doing much better today, so I wanted to hop on and at least get this started, because I just feel really bad that it's been so long. So yeah, I feel like I kind of need to start over, but I'm not going to. I will link the first video in the series at the end of this video, and you can go back and watch that if you haven't seen it, or if you have forgotten, because I've kind of forgotten what that was all about, because it's been so long. But anyway, I am really sorry about that. But what I did this morning, just to kind of get ready, is I cut all of my digital background pages to the same height and width. They are all 8 1/4 high and 5 1/4 wide. And I have the two kits from Nikki at Musings by Nikki. So the fronts are her naturalist kit, and the backs are her new nature sketch kit, which are just gorgeous, and I think they go really well together. So I have all of those cut down, and then I also chose just some random paper to add in. So this being kind of a nature notebook, I chose just some tea-dyed notebook paper, and that's the same, the same size. Some graph paper that's just vintage, so it's got a bit of a yellowing to it. It's not tea-dyed or anything. And then just some tea-dyed copy paper that the lovely Dee Dee dyed for me. And then let's see, what else did I do? So I'm going to set those aside for a minute, because we're not going to need those right away. I also pulled out, I wanted to add some bags and some envelopes. I've got kind of a mess going on here. So I found some bags. I didn't have any that were the exact right size, which doesn't matter. So I took some coffee dyed time cards and cut them to the right height, and then we will do this in probably a different video, but I'll just kind of cut them down, and then we'll be able to put those in. So I have 3 of those, and then I also have just some, this was file folder that Dee Dee had coffee dyed for me a long time ago, and I cut that down. And then these are some lovely vintage glassine envelopes, and I have 3 of those, and we're going to do the same thing and make kind of a spine for those, so they'll hold up in the when we cinch it. So I just gathered those as well. I'm just gonna move those out of the way too, because today, or at least in this video, I'm probably going to do a couple videos in a row, we are just going to work on the cover. And I am kind of, we're kind of going to do a couple things here. We're going to create the cover, and I'm also going to use a couple of the products that I got from BeeBeeCraft that I have not actually used in a project yet. So that would be the ivory lace, this huge roll of stiff ivory lace. It came in a 2-pack. It was a roll of white and then this gorgeous ivory. And then I'm going to use a couple of the stencils to decorate the the covers before we attach this sheer fabric. So it's multi-stepped and multi-layered. So I'm going to try to gather my thoughts because I feel like it's been forever since I've done anything craft-wise. But anyway, I did some of this off camera because it was a little bit tedious, and I didn't think that you probably wanted to watch me do it. I hope that I didn't, I hope that wasn't the wrong idea. I hope I didn't make a mistake there. But basically, what I have here is a piece of 300 GSM cardstock sandwiched between two pieces of 90-pound ivory cardstock. So you've got, yeah, I basically glue sticked them. glue sticked? Is that a word? I glued them together with my glue stick. That's better. And I'm gonna end up sewing, so that'll be fine. So you've got just a nice thick, you know, kind of a book board. And I just did one whole sheet and then cut it down to the size that I needed. And I've inked around that with gathered twigs oxide. So that will be my front and back cover. And what I want to do is I want to do some stenciling. So let's do the front. Let's work on the front cover first. I want to apologize because I'm a little bit. I'll just tell you. I started a new medicine on Monday, and so I'm a little just kind of out of it. And so if I like seem weird or yeah, just I apologize. It's just the new medicine. I hate that. I don't like being like that, but there's not much I can do about it. Anyway, it was much worse yesterday and the day before. So I will take this over what it was. Okay, I'm sorry. I have no idea where I was, but my entire camera setup just came crashing down onto my desk. So I'm going to try and pick up where I think I was, but I don't know. I'm going to have to edit this together, and I am so sorry. Wow, this was, yeah, I think maybe I should have not done this today. All right, anyway, so just in case, I'm going to go over this again. I have two of the stencils that came in the 16-piece set from BeeBeeCraft. And I'm going to use pieces of each of these, okay, on my front and back covers. So what I was doing when the entire world came crashing down, almost literally, was I was trying to figure out how I wanted to line this up. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some washi tape, and I'm going to tape this down. Just so it will kind of hold in place where I want it. Oh, it's okay, Mila. Sorry, she hears a car outside. All right, there we go. And then you know what? Just to be safe, I am going to add a piece to my mat, and then maybe it'll stay where I want it. Let's just add one here too. Okay, and I am just going to use some gathered twigs. Oops, sorry about that. Oxide. This is what I used around the outside of the cardstock as well. And I'm going to hold this down as best I can, and I'm just going to use my little dauber and go. I'm just kind of straight up and down. So I hope everyone is having a good day. I hope you've had a good week so far. Nick is back. Yay, he got back late last night. So we are going to discuss when we will do our family live stream. So now that we're all here, yeah, so he is within a week or so of graduating. I cannot believe it. All right, so there's that. Let's go ahead and very carefully, I will just undo this tape here and lift this up. Oh, look at that, very pretty. I like that a lot. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the back cover, but I wanna do something else. If you see on this stencil, there's like a little corner pattern here that I really like, but I just want the corner pattern. So in order to keep from, you know, like getting the rest of the pattern on my cover, I need a piece of paper. And I should have done this ahead of time and I did not, so I apologize, but I have some nearby, so let me just grab it. Well, it should have been easier than that, but I think nothing is proving easy today. That's okay. Oh, that's why, because it's actually cardstock, whatever. Okay, that's fine. What I'm gonna do is, I don't want everything moving around. I'm not real good at like holding things in place. So my thought is I'm gonna utilize my washi tape to help hold down not only my stencil, but, oh, no, not there. Not there. I wanna hold down the stencil, I wanna hold down the paper. So let's see where I need to place the paper so that I might need a couple different pieces of paper actually. All right, so let's start with there. Basically, I'm you know, like masking off an area. And then, so that I don't get ink where I don't want it. Probably bring that down just a bit. Sorry, this is just kind of trial and error. Sure, this is not the most exciting part to watch here. Okay. So yeah, so Nick's back, and he's probably gonna be here for a while. Definitely until he's done with his classes. He'll not be walking for graduation, which is sad, but you know, it's just, it is what it is. Excuse me. We can't do anything about it, right? So we're trying not to fret over it. I'm sure he's fretting a lot less about it than I am. And his grandma, you know, my mom, I know we were excited about that. All right, so as you can see, whoops, that's a little bit off. Nope. This one. Let's see. All right, so as you can see, I have that so that just that corner piece is visible. I'll double check here, line it up the way I want it. This is a lot of work, but I think it's gonna look really neat once it's done. All right, so we will add tape here, and I'm gonna put some up in this corner. All right, that's probably good. All right, and then we will just stamp away, and we don't have to worry too much about getting it where we don't want it, hopefully. I hope I did it right. Oh, here, let's. All right, yay, I did it. Okay, now let's remove this, and I'll show you how it looks. All right, so see, just like that. Now I want to do the same thing up in this corner. Okay, so we just need to line that up again, and then I am going to actually speed this part up so you don't have to watch the whole masking process. And then yeah, I'm just gonna do the same thing. Okay, so I really like how that turned out. I think that's gonna look cool. I have another step to do over top of that, so I think that's gonna look really neat. Before we could do anything else though, I wanna clean up my stencils and my mat, because I don't wanna get ink where I don't want ink, right? So these wipe off really nice with just a baby wipe. And we'll just go over both sides here. Need more than one. Perfect. All right, and I'm just gonna sit that aside and let those dry. I will do some stenciling on the back cover as well. I think I might not actually. I might not. I haven't decided yet, but if I do, I will do that off camera. Anyway, these are really nice. I am quite happy with the quality and everything about these stencils from BeeBeeCraft. So yeah, very cool. I will link these in the description box below. So I'll let those dry back here. All right, so now we have a clean workspace. We won't get ink where we don't want it. Now, the next thing I'm gonna do, make sure this is dry. I am going to do a technique that I learned from Susan Taylor Brown, and that is to use sheer fabric. And in this case, this one has these gorgeous embroidered, I don't know if you can see that very well. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. It's like a really pretty light brown embroidered floral print. I think these were curtains of some sort, shears. Anyway, I'm gonna sew that right onto my cover. That'll be on the front and it'll cover up that stenciling and everything. So I'm gonna glue that. I'm gonna add some glue stick just to hold it in place until I can get to my sewing machine. So I'm going to add the glue sort of just right in the middle. And, you know, just, I don't know, just here and there, just to kind of hold it. I don't want a whole ton, just enough to get me to the sewing machine. And I also want to make sure that I get it on here the way I want it. All right, so that is going to be on the front, okay? And then on the inside of the cover, I am going to do, I think this was my idea. I'm just going to put this on the inside, and so it'll get sewn down and it'll just be, you know, something pretty on the inside. So let me cut a length of this, and I will link to this as well. This was also BeeBeeCraft.com. Like I said, it came in a 2-pack, so you got ivory and white, so it was a very good deal. And it's perfect for this because it's nice and stiff. So I will add a little more of my glue stick just to help hold it in place. All right. And I will let that dry for just a couple minutes before I take it to my sewing machine. And then I'm just gonna do some you know, like wonky stitching around that. And I will be right back with it and I'll show you the finished product. Okay, so here's the result after I have kind of wonky stitched around or in the middle, and then I did a zigzag stitch around the outside, and then there's the lace side. I love, 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 love it. And then what I'm going to do is trim around this. So I will do that real quick, and then I will come right back. Okay, so that is what we are left with after we cut around, and I am totally fine with it being kind of ragged and, you know, not perfect. Yeah, I think it looks amazing. I will link Susan's original video for this technique. She made little notebooks doing this, and I've done that before too. I made some Christmas presents for some family members that way. So what I will do is I will do the back cover pretty much the same way, and I will come back then and we will go ahead and assemble with the cinch machine the cover and the pages and everything, and then we can start decorating it. So I hope that this was helpful. I mean, you could use this technique to make any cover for any journal. You don't have to make a cinch journal. That's why I was, you know, I was hoping that this this series would be helpful for a lot of people, not just people that were interested in the cinch. But if you are interested in the cinch, I will link to that in the description box as well. And yeah, I'll be back soon. I promise it won't be as long this time because I'm just going to keep filming today. So I'm going to take a little break though because I need to go and feed the little Mila and make sure that she doesn't need anything, and then I will be back. All right, guys, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and hit that subscribe button and the little bell next to it so that you don't miss out on the next video in this series or any videos that I put out. I hope you have a fabulous day, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye.